Welcome back to Hold the Phone YouTube. Here are our best bets for the college football playoff quarterfinal. We appreciate each and every single one of you tuning back into the best sports betting show here on YouTube. Like the video, subscribe to the page. And well, Luke, not only for the biggest games of the year, but 4 games that we go from the end of the year into a new year, end the year strong, start the year fresh. These are pretty important ones.
Yep.
We've been going since the end of August, and here we are watching the ball drop. Who has it better than us?
Yeah, Happy New Year, right?
There you go.
Happy New Year to you, to the people. It's been a hell of a ride. We started with baseball season early in April, and we've really been on a ride. You know what I mean? 2025 has been a hell of a ride. 2026 is gonna be even better.
Yep. 2026, the year of the Hold the Phone YouTube, that's for sure. New Year's resolution to get 100 million subs. But by doing that, we need to go 4 for 4.
Have I told you about my theory about how the college football playoff schedule should work? Did I say that already on this program?
Yeah, it was on the other show that you were saying that the college football playoff should be laid out based off of
championship weekend, Thanksgiving. Then every week in December is around, and the championship is on New Year's Eve. It's at January 20th when everybody's checked out of college football and the NFL playoffs already started.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think they should eliminate out of conference games and just go an 8-game schedule. The college football season is way too long. We haven't seen Texas Tech and Indiana and Ohio State play in a year.
By the time Notre Dame played Ohio State last year, no one gave a shit.
Correct. And that was the first year where it really felt like it. Now, especially this year, I can't believe Indiana still has to play football. It felt like they won the Natty when they beat Ohio State. Mendoza gets the Heisman. Mendoza gets the Heisman. The year's over.
Yep. All right, let's get into it.
But neither here or there. We dive in to bowl game number 1. A lot of murmurs, a lot of crazy shit being talked about this game, that Miami has the edge on the offensive line. Miami has the edge on the defensive line. Miami is actually the better football team than Ohio State. We have Carson Beck going against Ohio State, a team he has beaten in the past in a 42-41 barn burner. Yep. Mr. Cristobal in his day went 1-0 when he was with the Oregon staff and beat Ohio State. So they're a combined 2-0 against Ohio State. And now here we are. Obviously, Ohio State's going to bounce back after losing the Big Ten championship, right, Loop?
Ohio State hasn't won a football game in over a month.
Correct. And we also haven't seen them play football since December 6th, which is just, back to our point, insanity.
And I said it when we took Miami to beat A&M. There's something about a team, the most dangerous thing you can give a man in this world, the second chance.
Yep.
And Miami got about 3 chances. And now here they are, 1 playoff game under their belt. Ohio State hasn't won a game in a month, and they got 9.5.
It almost feels like it is all house money versus a lot of pressure on the other side of the football. You have a new light at the end of the tunnel. Meanwhile, Ohio State, all the pressure is on them. Mm-hmm. They have sat at home for the last month with the stress and the weight of the world on their shoulders, needing to bounce back after that Indiana loss. And now Miami's coming off winning a game in College Station, a team who was ranked number 2 in the country all year long.
Yep.
It was very windy in that ball game down in College Station. I think that Miami took the ball out of the hands of Carson Beck and relied on the run game with Mr. Fletcher and relied on this incredible defense for Miami. And they didn't try to reinvent the wheel. It was a low-scoring barn burner of a game that they had the control of the entirety of the game. They go down, they get the job done. And just now there's a little bit of blood in the water, I feel like, for Ohio State, because this Miami team didn't really have to show a lot, and they still have now wound up here playing with house money. And Ohio State, just the narrative all years, has this team played anyone? And then they play Indiana finally in the Big Ten championship, and they lose. And now they're playing a Miami team where a lot of momentum is coming in. Ohio State, their offensive coordinator, Brian Hartline, he leaves. So now you got Ryan Day doing the play calling for the first game this season for Ohio State. Like I said, the Ohio State's been crazed and praised for this incredible defense, but a defense against who? We're still not really sure yet. A lot of Big Ten teams, a lot of teams who aren't that impressive, honestly, to us. Loop, it's a beautiful night. The ball's going to be dropping. Our balls are going to drop. Give us Miami plus 9.5. And Carson Beck's beaten this Ohio State team in the past. He could do it again. We're gonna definitely sprinkle Miami on the money line.
Yeah, I will say I don't like the schedule, but I do like how they've scheduled these 4 games. You get one New Year's Eve,
Beautiful.
go out, watch some ball, party with your friends, have a few, and then you got 3. You wake up, you're hungover New Year's Day, and you got 3 games back to back to back.
It would be too overstimulating if there was multiple games on New Year's.
No, one game, and then you get all day on the first to suck down ball.
Yep, it's like a little appetizer, and right before the big dance. You get the ball drop. So much shit's going on. It's a beautiful night. It's a fun night. Having a time. Just having a great time. And then we also have a little bit of Miami Hurricane football against the Ohio State Buckeyes, who literally I'm really asking myself who has it better than us, and I don't know if there's an answer.
You could make the case that Ohio State played 2 good teams this year. Texas, they beat by 7 at home, and then they lose to Indiana. And now I'm supposed to lay double digits against a playoff team coming off a win. I can't do it.
And apparently one of the best defenses in the country for Miami that Ohio State has not yet seen, and apparently has struggles with the Ohio State offensive line now going against this fast physical front of Miami. Give us Miami plus 9.5. Give us Miami on the money line. Do not let Miami win this game because, Loop, I'm going to foreshadow a little bit, but Carson Beck could be playing someone in a rematch in the next round to go to the national championship.
And we're sitting on that Miami plus 8,000 ticket.
Let's go to game pick number 2, Oregon, Texas Tech. Loop, this one has been the only one that I felt a little worried about. This is the only game that scares me a little bit, has kept me up a little bit at night. All the other game picks, I felt confident from the beginning, but I feel confident about this one too, even though it just scares me a little bit more than the other 3 matchups. We have Oregon versus Texas Tech. Loop, this is going to be another barn burner of a game. Interesting matchup. Here we are for our second bowl game. Loop, what are your first thoughts when you look at this one? This is the Orange Bowl.
This is the toughest one. I mean, it's just like a clash of I don't know. This one's I've been going back and forth. Texas Tech, same thing. Who have they played? They played BYU. They clearly had BYU's number. BYU barely scored in either game. They couldn't move the ball. The defense looks incredible. They had that who's our guy on the defense for Texas Tech?
Roberts.
Yeah, 15 interceptions and 69 forced fumbles this year. But now they're playing. This is a different animal, obviously.
Yeah, this isn't BYU.
We're not playing the Mormons anymore.
This isn't the Mormons anymore. This is the Ducks. And Luke, we have to win our first bet of 2026.
Yep.
You can't go undefeated
if you lose the first one.
Can't go undefeated in the year 2026 without winning the first one.
Yep.
Look, Luke, last year, all 4 teams with the bye lost. Let's not forget that statistic. All 4 teams sitting at home with the bye lost. Here comes Oregon coming off the JMU win, seeing one go through the hoop, getting one under their belt. Texas Tech built this lineup and this roster and this team in one season.
Yeah.
Rome was not built overnight.
No.
Let me tell you, Dan Lanning has been building for a very long time. I think Oregon has waited 365 days to get right back in the spot where they are right now. And they get to play a Texas Tech team who we believe still is a question mark. And it was in the Rose Bowl last year where Oregon and Dan Lanning got the doors blown off them.
Yep.
This is a question mark Big 12 team. We're not playing BYU anymore. The one legit passing offense, in my opinion, and legit quarterback that Texas Tech played all year was Sam Leavitt.
Yep.
And that was the game they lost, and Levitt threw for over 300 passing yards. Now they're going against, once again, an elite passing offense, Dante Moore, Oregon Duck team, which I think will give them fits. I mean, we sweated Texas Tech on the spread against BYU in the Big 12 championship. And we also took Texas Tech when they laid double digits against BYU in their first matchup.
Yep.
Both games, we saw the struggles of Texas Tech in the red zone, and it felt like pulling teeth at times for this offense to capitalize in big moments. They're going to have to capitalize a lot against this high-flying Oregon team. Oregon is, in my opinion, the more battle-tested team. Oregon is due. This is their game to win. It's a short spread. I'll die with Dan Lanning. Give us Oregon -2.5.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's going to be a hell of a game. I mean, I think that Oregon is the better team. I just think offensively, there's just too much firepower. Turnovers are going to be big. If Oregon can hold on to the ball and not let, who is it, Mr. Roberts, touch the ball. I mean, he'll
Yeah,
probably
that'd
have
be
2
good.
picks and 3 forced fumbles, but if he doesn't get any, control the clock, put up some points, and
Yeah.
Texas Tech's going to be in for a long day.
It's an incredible matchup because Texas Tech, obviously, as we know, is the best rushing defense in the country in that front seven for Texas Tech. While on the other side of the football, Oregon has ran for 5.7 yards per carry, second most in the country this year. So run game. And then also they're going to have to open up the pass with the run. So it's going to be a very interesting matchup. Maybe it's a little bit of a barn burner. Maybe we see a low scoring game. We've seen the struggles on both sides of the football at time on both offenses. It's going to be a hell of a game. And it's the first game of 2026. It's
all 4 of these games are electric. All right, let's get to the next one.
Beautiful thing.
Bama, Indiana. I think Alabama's going to win this game.
Wow. That's a hot start.
Yeah.
That's real hot.
There's something just this year about the Big Ten that I'm worried about.
That's every year.
And it's every year. Last year, obviously, Ohio State.
Ohio State was a powerhouse last year. In the years in the past with Michigan and J.J. McCarthy and Corum got their national championship. But there's always a question mark, it feels, with Big Ten teams, just based off of they're playing the MAC half the year. They're playing Purdue. They're playing all these bullshit teams. Nebraska is stunk. Iowa, it's a lot of weird, interesting matchups.
And then Alabama, it's just every week, you get tested, you get tested, you get tested, you get tested. You're playing good teams. Now all of a sudden you're getting 7 points. Like, I just don't know what leads me to believe that these Big Ten juggernauts are this much better than these SEC juggernauts. And I just think 7 feels like a lot.
I feel like this game's a nightmare for Indiana.
Yep.
And everyone wants to drain the balls of Fernando Mendoza. I saw a stat that in his big 4 games this season against the Ohio States, the Penn States, the Oregons, and the Iowas, 6 passing touchdowns, 5 interceptions in those games. Nothing to write home about.
Yep.
And I know a lot of people, including myself, have talked about this Alabama team being a one-trick pony with you can only get the pass game going. They can't run the football, and it all depends on Ty Simpson. I believe in Kirk Cignetti, but when you have a team who has been glazed since December 6th and won their first Big Ten title since the dinosaurs were on Earth, and Mendoza wins the Heisman, and now you check the calendar and it's 2026, and we're all of a sudden waking up in the Rose Bowl against Alabama, a team who, in my opinion, actually might have more momentum going into this game than Indiana does, just based off the fact that they came back from 17-3 on the road in an Oklahoma.
I think.
Yeah, in an Oklahoma atmosphere. Now, again, you could look at this team similar to Miami. They got a second chance. They got life. There was people calling for them to be out of the college football playoff. This Alabama team is nothing to be joked about. I feel like we could see an early lead. You open your eyes. It's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows. We've seen at times this Alabama defense step up when they need to the most.
Yep. And
we've seen how you could give fits to Fernando Mendoza. And I know Kirk Cignetti is an unbelievable coach, but let's not pretend that Mr. DeBoer has not been here and hasn't won some pretty big fucking games this year.
He's got a lot to prove.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're going to give us 7 points?
And it
That's a
does
lot of
feel like
points.
Indiana maybe already won the Super Bowl this year. I know that might be people might not like to hear that, but the emotional high after that game is pretty much as high as you can get, even including games like this.
And that's how it would be in the NFL too. We would speak
Yeah.
the same. These are 19-year-old, 18-year-old kids lacing up the cleats, and they have
Indiana
been
they do have Jesus on their side. So you're going
that is
against 12,
that is true.
you know.
But I'm sure that the boys of Alabama and Ty Simpson also have the big man upstairs on their side as well.
It's
So
true. I guess we'll find out.
give us Alabama +7. Loop is calling for an Alabama victory. That would turn some heads, but it's not a crazy thing to say.
No.
It's not an outrageous thing to think. At the end of the day, it's SEC versus Big Ten. We have Ty Simpson. They have Fernando Mendoza.
I'll
Teach
tell you
their
what though,
own.
Rose Bowl, Alabama, Indiana, that is going to be cinema.
Cinema,
So
unbelievable. Give us
unbelievable.
Alabama. Give us Alabama +7.
All right, let's get to the last game.
Hold on,
Um,
my dog is
it's all right.
dogs on like the wires. Can we call the dog?
Don't chew the wires.
There
What's
you
his name
go.
again? Roscoe?
Milo.
Milo. That's close.
That was close. All
Um,
right.
yeah, rematch.
Fourth and final game, our only rematch of the college football playoff quarterfinals. We have the Sugar Bowl. Luke, cat's out of the bag. Georgia and Kirby Smart get over the hump of Alabama in the SEC championship.
Easy work.
We saw this team come back from a 9-point deficit against Ole Miss. That was kind of the turning point. And I feel
Yes.
like the Georgia season was coming back against Ole Miss because they figured out what they needed and what needed to wake up. And that was their defense. I feel like from that point forward, the defense played like a Georgia defense.
Yep.
And now here we are in a rematch without Lane Kiffin.
And in that game against Ole Miss, I mean, Ole Miss did not even come close to getting a stop at any point. You just knew that no matter what, they were going down the field easily. And now the fact that this dog's defense made Alabama look like they were playing underwater.
Yeah.
It's hard not to lay the 6.5 here.
And it's been like that through the final stretch of the season. So if we're looking at our variables and if we're doing our math correctly, the first time these two teams match up between Ole Miss and Georgia, both offenses, there was not a stop in sight.
No.
Now, for one offense, you pull their head coach away, and for one defense, it wakes up, and that was the turning point of the season.
Yeah.
So, by the transitive property, Georgia should be able to continue to dominate this Ole Miss defense, and Ole Miss on the other side not only loses the factor of Mr. Lane Kiffin, but now has to go against a brand new, revived Georgia defense.
Yeah, we're not in Kansas anymore either. This isn't Tulane. This is the Georgia Bulldogs.
And it was already a great success. Maybe we're taking this too lightly. I feel like I'm closing my eyes and I'm really counting out Ole Miss in this game. Maybe I'm taking Ole Miss for granted. Maybe I am missing something. The fact that Georgia came back from a 9-point deficit against this team, and now we have seen the best form of Georgia over the past couple weeks. We're going to take the Georgia Bulldogs -6.5 here. Look, Kirby Smart against top 10 opponents has won 6 in a row. The last time he dropped one to a top 10 opponent was in this very spot in the college football quarterfinals against Notre Dame in the 2024 season.
Yep.
I don't think that's going to happen again. So if Georgia's going to get the job done, Georgia's going to win. We're going to take them -6.5. I don't have a lot of faith in this Ole Miss defense. It will have to be absolute gunslinging work by Trinidad Chambliss and able to keep this within a touchdown with Georgia. Is it possible? Yes. It's an SEC matchup. Both teams are solid. Both teams are great. But without Lane Kiffin, the only thing that honestly maybe worries me is if everyone is doing the same thing.
Mhm.
I'm sure not a lot of people, maybe they are getting in bed with Ole Miss. Who knows? Give us Georgia minus the 6.5. And those are 4 game picks where I feel like we could be getting the brooms out. We had a lot of success last year in the college football playoff. Already this year, we've had success in the college football playoff. Hopefully that trend continues for the boys over here on Hold the Phone.
Yeah, I also like I think Georgia. I think this is the best team. I like Georgia plus 400 right now to win the national title.
Yeah. We have the plus 8,000 ticket for Miami, but Georgia plus 400 to win the national championship. Could you pair it right now with an NFL team to win the Super Bowl, Loop?
Niners.
I mean, the defense is the only thing that worries me with the San Francisco.
Kyle Shanahan, man. It doesn't matter who's out there. His bag
but just when you believe in the Niners, watch, they'll lose this week to the
No,
Seahawks.
I know, but it's wide open. They got the good coach. Purdy seems to be playing. They'll get some guys back. You know,
I mean, yeah, if they win Saturday night and you have home field to the Super Bowl, that would be nice. And maybe there's a little trend that we're seeing if this does come true. Purdy lost to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. If they make it back to their Super Bowl, maybe it's time to redeem themselves similarly to the way the Philadelphia Eagles lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. Then last year we see them get a second chance and win it. Who knows? Neither here or there. Loop calling a little Georgia Niners.
Like that?
Georgia Niners. I'm trying to think if there was any good if there's any Bulldogs on that Niners team. Little something.
There's dogs everywhere.
Maybe Stafford, Rams, Georgia, Stafford. Neither here or there. Give us Miami on New Year's Eve plus 9.5. Give us Oregon minus 2.5 against Texas Tech. Give us Alabama plus the 7 against Indiana, and give us Georgia minus the 6.5 against Ole Miss. Loop, there's also a lot of beautiful bowl games tomorrow on New Year's Eve. We're seeing guys like Arch Manning go, Diego Pavia go. Very interesting day of games, correct?
Yeah. I mean, I like the Hawkeyes, I think, in that one. I don't think you want to play. I don't think you want to play Iowa in a bowl game, just like you don't want to play Army or Navy.
Yeah, there's something about Iowa. I don't know. A lot of people are looking at Diego Pavia saying, hey, this Vanderbilt team's going to try to make this a statement game in why they were supposed to be in the college football playoff. Well, that's probably a perfect opportunity to fade those thoughts.
Yep.
You know, we appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Stay tuned. We're almost back to home base where we will be back in studio. Stay tuned for our NFL Week 18, the last ride, the last dance episode should be coming out closer to the weekend.
Yeah.
Have a great holiday.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. This is our year. This is your year. We appreciate each and every single one of you. And we'll see you on the other side.